Yo, what up, fellas?
What up? What up? What up?
Hey, happy Tuesday, man.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Happy
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. You know what they say about Tuesday?
What?
Whatever it is that you need to say to get through the day. That was a dad joke.
Dad joke.
Yeah. What you said?
Okay. Yeah, you need to keep that one. You need to keep that one at the house, KK.
Yeah, keep that one.
I'm still working.
Yeah. Maybe it was delivery.
I need that drum machine. But Hey, but welcome to another episode of Off the Dribble, presented and powered by the Warner Robins All Stars of Association with Off the Dribble Hype South Media Network. We thank everybody for joining us tonight. We got a special guest we're gonna bring out here in a little bit. As Wasey says, we're continuing our coach series. I seen him put a tweet up about that. Shout out to Wace.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go look. I gotta go look.
And while I'm talking about that, shout out to Lil Wasey.
Yes.
Wasey. Oh, you can't really call him Lil Wasey, man. Like 6'7".
Yeah. He ain't Lil Wasey.
But shout out to him, man. He came over to the camp on the radar camp, the breakout camp on Sunday. Spoke to the campers. It was good catching up with him. I didn't even recognize him at first. I had my head down on my phone. He kind of walked by and was looking at me. So I look up and say, "Hey, what up, man?" He like, "What's up, man?" I said, "Oh, what's up, Waze?" But it was good, man. He gave the kids a good message, something to think about. They had a couple speakers there that kind of was talking about the different levels and where you're at right now and how you're gonna keep going. Good camp, a lot of talent in there. Seeing content come out from that. So shout out to those guys over there on the radar, Sean and the whole crew, all the media folks he had in there. It was a good experience. I'll say that, right? So you always want to take something away from wherever you go, whether that's something that you need to work on or something that you need to, amplify or whatever. So I know that's triggered some conversations with me and Boogie. So good camp. What you guys been up to?
No, man, just trying to hold it in the road, man. Continue to get these two sorry jokers of mine in the gym. Football coming up, football starting this week at the Jamboree. So, just a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Just works never stops. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, Sean puts on a good count, man.
Definitely. Always.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I was just excited for some of our kids to get out there and take advantage of that opportunity to because it's their time.
Yeah.
So
time to start getting on radars.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, don't forget now, Unsigned Hype. Boys
coming up.
Coming up. Y'all get signed up.
So we'll definitely jump into that later, giving out the dates. Like I said, Wasey's already dropping content, dropping some alumni stuff from previous years. So he's putting some stuff out there. So that's going to be a big event for the area.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So,
you got
Charles, you got something? I don't think Charles got nothing.
No, man. I'm just chilling, man. Just going through the motions, man. Right now, I got a fox in my backyard, and buried a hole under my shed. So, anybody know how to get rid of a fox?
Really?
Yeah, take your 22 out though.
Well, I thought about that. I ain't got no 22, but I ain't. Well, we live. I ain't gonna say what I was gonna do. But anybody...
Have you seen it?
Yeah. No. I seen him. Like he rumbling. He rumbling around out there. So,
well, hey, man, shout out to Malik, man. Y'all got you and Malik, Miss Monique.
Oh yeah. So
y'all got y'all visit. You got the visit set up.
Yeah. So I've been chilling, trying to waiting on these visits to happen, and so we can get out to the schools and kind of see what schools look like, and and stuff like that, and to really just start narrowing that the decision down. So I know he's looking forward to it to kind of get something going and locked in before the season, the high school season starts. So yeah, that's like I said, that's a bunch of mixed emotions right there. Like, oh, it really is coming to an end and it's about to start again. So
time is coming.
Yeah, time moving, right? So
now you getting started, and Kenny had a move in.
Kenny had moved.
Yeah, we had a move in this weekend, man. It was cool. Yeah, I was after 2 hours, I was ready to go. Cam was ready for us to go. Somebody wasn't ready to go, but you know how that go. And then I think so he moved in Saturday. So since then, I think I may have talked to him a total of 10 minutes since Saturday. So, but he's doing good stuff, right? So he's in the gym, linking with teammates, and they're doing stuff and weight room and sand pit and going to eat, and so he's building that. So yeah, I'm not mad at that. Happy about that.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So, but yeah, Charles, real quick, what about Prince?
So we ain't been able to let the dog in the backyard. So we've been taking him out the front door. So
boy, I thought y'all were talking about Purple Rain.
No.
What about Prince?
No, that's my little fella, man. I got a little fella about 7-8 pounds. I don't want the box.
I'm gonna say Prince been gone for a while now.
Yeah. You'll be a whole meal for that fox. So you little bitty fella. They look like cousins though. They
really?
Yeah. I think the missus took a picture of the fox. I have to send it to y'all.
Hey, but without further ado, let's bring our coach to the stage. A veteran coach of over 2 decades in college basketball, including 5 as a head coach, current assistant coach at North Florida. Previous to that was at Georgia Tech, director of player development. Did I get it right, Coach?
That's right. You rolling.
How much I'm getting?
Hey, are you done? Let me ring that bell when you get done.
Coach,
when you get done.
No, you got it, Coach. That's all I got right now.
Well, listen, man, just a couple things.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was vibing with that music.
Yeah.
Backstage. I kind of felt like a comedian. I was like, hey, I'm about to go on stage. I got to get my routine together. I was vibing with that. I was like, okay, this is nice. I now see how those comedians, Ricky Smiley, feel when he's backstage waiting to come out. Yeah. I was like, okay, I'm feeling it. Wasn't sure I was expecting the Fox story though.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of caught me off guard. My first thought was, man, what y'all got some hens and chickens back there?
Man.
I started thinking about Foghorn Leghorn. That's how old I am, you know. I say, boy, sit down. I was like, what they got that going on down there? But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys having me. Believe it or not, and again, man, it's actually like my 30th year in college coaching. I've been doing it a long time. I lost my hair a long time ago. I decided to cut it all off when Jordan made it cool to be bald.
There you go.
Showing my age a little bit. I just knew that I had my kids get on me all the time. I tell them, hey, man, I could grow hair around here. I just had this spot up there. And the last thing I wanted to be was George Jefferson. They were like, who is George Jefferson? I'm like, I ain't going to have a half moon. I ain't George and Weed. So when Jordan cut his hair, when Jordan went bald, I was like, this is my chance, right? Because he made it cool.
Yeah,
for brothers to be bald. So I mean, I've been doing this a long time. I've been very fortunate. I've been to a lot of different places. I'm a Southeastern guy because, like you said, I played at Furman University. I coached at Furman. I coached at Presbyterian College when it was Division II. Then I left there and went to Gardner-Webb when they were making the transition to Division I. Then I was a Division II head coach at Lander. Left there, went to North Florida. Left there, went to Georgia Tech. Then was fortunate enough to be able to go back to North Florida. So going into my 13th year here in Jacksonville at North Florida. So it's been a good run.
Yeah.
And as you guys know, with anything, especially with college basketball, you know, I'm very fortunate and blessed to be able to say that I'm still a college coach. I tell young guys, because they're always asking me advice, man, I want to get into coaching. How can I get into coaching? And then when they get into coaching, they realize, it's not what you thought it was, right? Or what it's going to be. And I tell them all the time, like, if you're in this business long enough and fortunate enough to be in this business a long time, at some point in time during your career, they're going to ask you to move on. That's just the nature of it. But we've been very fortunate here in North Florida. Coach Kennan, who is now our head coach, has been here going into his 17th year. And that's like a unicorn. Like, there's not many programs in the country that will have a coach remain at one program for that extended period of time, especially with the landscape of college athletics. So we've been very fortunate and blessed, at least in my career, to be able to try to stay in this thing and still try to impact guys and give guys an opportunity like somebody once gave me.
Yeah. Coach, and I was going to kind of ask you what kind of got you into coaching and what's keeping your fire going, but it's kind of like you kind of hit on that a little bit, being able to give that opportunity.
Man, it's crazy because I came from a broken family when I was young. My mom worked 40, 50, 60 hours a week, get paid on Friday. That was that time where you got paid once a week, got paid on Friday. By Saturday morning, we were broke. It was a struggle for us. And I just decided, man, I wasn't going to live my life like that. I wasn't going to go paycheck to paycheck. So I started playing basketball and realized, man, I got an opportunity to go to school for free, which my mom wouldn't have been able to afford. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So I was able to go to Furman, played basketball, didn't look at it from a professional standpoint, wasn't trying to go and play professionally. I knew the odds of making it professionally was very slim at that time, even though back during those times, they used to have like 4 or 5 rounds for the NBA. Now it's only down to 2, right? But what happened is I got very lazy my senior year because I was going on to law school. Decided not to go to law school. Now all of a sudden I got these agents calling me about doing this and doing that. So I had the opportunity to go and play. And then I was over in Europe and everything was great for the first 3 or 4 months. Like, my money's rolling in, everything's great. I'm not in a great situation, but I'm balling, I'm making money. And then all of a sudden the money stopped. Now we got a problem, right? And then one of the coaches that coached me at Furman said, hey, listen, at the end of the year, we may have a possibility of a job opening. Would you be interested? And my first thought was, nope. I knew how I was as a player. I ain't trying to think what you got to say. Just give me the ball and get out the way, right? That's how it was, right? Go in one ear and out the other, kind of like what we try to do with some of our players. Let it go in here, process it, and then let it go out the other ear.
Right.
But then, when I started having problems with my money, I was like, man, God's trying to tell me something. So I started coaching. I thought about, man, what do I like doing? Like, I didn't want to go to law school. I'm too honest and upfront to be a lawyer. Like, I'm going to shoot you straight. You may not like what I have to say. You may not want to hear what I have to say, but at least my conscience will be clear, right? And at the end of the night, I have to lay down and live with my conscience, not you. Right. So I started thinking, man, what do I want to do? Where can I go with this thing if I stop playing? I still enjoy basketball. I enjoy traveling, and I enjoy being around people, right? And then I started thinking, man, well, let's give this basketball thing a shot. So I gave it a shot. I came home, gave it a shot. Everything's going great. Went out and bought my, at that time you had a dream car. Once you get some money, you're going to buy your dream car. I bought my dream car, had an apartment, money's rolling in. I got money stashed away, even though I didn't get all my money. And then I'm just kind of living life. And my agent called me. He called me on a Friday. I remember it just like it was yesterday. He called me and said, hey, man, listen, got a deal for you over in France, so much better than what you had. I said, hey, man, look, I ain't playing. Like, you told me I was going to get my money. I ain't got my money. God's telling me to move on. He said, well, what's it going to take? I said, well, it'll take this, this, and this, and then we'll see. He said, all right, I'll call you back. I got off the phone. I'm laughing with my boys. I'm like, ain't no way. Joker called me back like 15 minutes. He goes, your ticket will be at the airport on Sunday. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Anyway, make a long story short, I decided not to go in there. I just stayed in the coaching, and everything was great. We had a bad season, and at the end of the year, the coach that I played for that made me a Hall of Famer at Furman decided he was going to resign, and he had 1 year left on his contract. Now, all of a sudden, I'm out of a job. I'm like, well, wait a minute now. Wait a minute, Lord. Like, you told me to go back and play, but you didn't tell me I wasn't going to have a job, right? But now, my wheels are spinning. So you ask me, so why am I still in it, my passion for it? Because when I first got into coaching, if your teams were competitive and have an opportunity, every few years to win the conference tournament or win your conference. Your kids were graduating. They were involved in the community. You ran a clean program. You could be at a place forever, right?
Right.
But now it's not like that. Like, if you ain't listen, when I took this Division II job, this is crazy. Now that I think about it, because at the time I just wanted to be a head coach. When I took this Division II job, the AD looked me right in the eye. He said, once every 3 years, you should win the league or the conference tournament. Now, mind you, most guys think, well, you're coaching head coach of Division II. That's great. Well, I was coaching Division II on a 1-year contract. We didn't get paid only 11 months out of the year. My wife, who was in education, still made more money than I did, right?
Mm.
So in year 3, we won the championship. So I'm thinking in my mind, hey, I got 3 years left, right? I'm good, right? I turned down a chance to go to East Carolina as an assistant. In year 5, I turned down the chance to go interview for another Division II head coach because I had some assurances from the AD that, hey, everything was good, even though we were still trying to rebuild or whatever. And then that joker called me in February and said, hey, listen, I'm thinking about making a change. Well, I've been in it long enough to know that if you're thinking about making a change, your mind already made up. out of the job again, right? So, like, you got to be able to weather those storms. But again, just the college athletics has changed, but my passion to give back and to help kids have an opportunity. I used to have this picture, right, of a guy reaching over the wall, right? And down underneath, there was another guy reaching up to grab his hand. Like, I always kind of felt like that was my mission. Like, okay, I'm at the top of the wall. I got to reach back down and pull somebody else up, right? So that's where my passion has always been with basketball. And I tell guys now, listen, I'm 55. I feel great. I got great energy still. I'd love to, coach another 10, 11 years. But I also know, too, I'm on the back end of this. I'm on the back 9, right, of this golf game. But I do know that I still enjoy it. I still have that passion. So basketball, travel, being around kids, being around people, trying to give them some hope and some light that somebody once gave me.
Yeah. Coach, so I'm going to ask you this. You've been around the game so long, playing and coaching, and I know the normal question is, how have you seen the game change? I'm going to kind of flip it a little bit and ask you, what have you seen stay consistent within the game?
I tell people all the time, basketball is a simple game, right? It's only made complex by the coaches, the players, the parents, the AAU coaches, the girlfriends, the brothers, the sisters, the grandma, because all these people start getting in everybody's ear, or getting into the player's ear, and all of a sudden he's confused about what he's trying to do. He's listening to this person, listening to that. It's a simple game. Like, you score, stop the other team from scoring. So to get to your question, what has stayed the same is guys want to be coached, right? They say, well, he didn't like the way he coached me. All right. He talked too tough, or he's too soft on him, or whatever reason. Guys want to get better, right? And there's avenues out there for guys that present them with opportunities, right, to be able to enjoy the game that they love. And if they're willing to be coached, right, and work hard and developed, if they put their mouth to what their desires are, then they'll have an opportunity. And that's the one thing we've done at North Florida. We've been able to develop guys. It's absolutely funny. This is crazy. So our recruiting is a little different. We don't offer guys, like, we just don't throw out offers to guys. We just don't do that. Like, we really target in on our style of play, the type of kid the person is, and how that fits with our program and how we do things. So as an assistant, I can't offer a kid a scholarship. Only our head coach can. We've been doing it for 17 years now. That's just the way we've done it. But I also know, too, that people know how we are and how we develop people, especially with the Chaz Lanier situation that happened a couple years ago. Chaz played for us for 4 years. He was going to the draft, NBA combine. NCAA said, if you got a year left, you got to declare, get in a transfer portal, which he didn't want to do. He was done with school. But he got in the portal. Then all of a sudden, all these Power Fives call. Then all of a sudden, he goes to BYU. He goes to Kentucky. And he goes to Tennessee on a visit, and he signs at Tennessee, right? Has a great year, becomes the Jerry West Player of the Year, we're getting notoriety because nobody knew. I mean, the guy averaged like 1 point a game as a freshman, right? He stayed the course. 2.7 as a sophomore, stayed the course. And it wasn't until his senior year, his fourth year with us, that he averaged 18 a game, right? So then he took off. So from that, people know, hey, man, they develop kids. Like we had 4 guys leave us last year, and they got a combined $2.15 million, right? 2 of them at one Big Ten school. One went to another Big Ten school. Another kid went to a level that's very similar to ours, except they were able to pay him more money, right?
Right.
So for us, when it comes to recruiting and what has stayed the same is we just tell guys, man, if you're willing to work, right, don't just talk about it. Like we've shown you people who've done the work. Like they talked about it. You know, the old adage, hey, don't talk about it, be about it, right?
Right.
Let your words speak so loud, or let your actions speak so loud, you can't hear my words, right? So for us, the question is, what has stayed the same is that I think kids still want to be coached, and they want to get better if they're willing to put in that work.
Yeah. Coach, talk about your squad, right? What's your guys' playing style? What are the things that when you're out on that recruiting trail, what are the attributes that you're looking for out of kids? Those type of things.
So, you know, we're at the University of North Florida, which is in Jacksonville, Florida, right? We're in the Atlantic Sun Conference. You can call it mid-major league, you can call it whatever you want to do, but at the end of the day, whoever wins our conference tournament is going to the NCAA tournament. I know there's a lot of other leagues out there that say they mid-major and they this and that, but in reality, and again, I've been around it long enough to know that if you're in a one bid league, it's whatever. Like there's only one team from your league that's going to the tournament. The one change that they're trying to do, in my opinion, is they're trying to expand it, but they ain't expanding it so that our league can get more guys in. Right. They're expanding it so that the big boys can get more there. 10, 7 and 9, 7 and 11 teams in, whatever, right? But first for us, our style of play, our mascot is an osprey. Most people, when I first got the job, I was like, osprey, what are we talking about? But the best thing I can tell you to compare it to is like a seahawk. It's a predatorial bird, right? That's very forceful in nature. So our mantra has always been birds of prey because we shoot a lot of threes. We've led the country in the last 7-8 years, we've led the country 3 times. Actually 4 because we just won it last year. Number of threes made, number of threes taken, that type of thing. So we really try to get the ball up. Like birds of prey, that's our hashtag. We really want to try to get the ball up. If we can shoot 43s a game, we'll do it. So in saying that, our style of recruiting is we have to have guys that can obviously shoot the basketball. Like you got to be able to. And we do things different. We don't have a 1, we don't have a 2, we don't have a 3, we don't have a 4, we don't have a 5, those traditional numbers that people use to identify players. We have guards and we have forwards. Now we'll use those numbers. Well, we want the one guy, the lead guard, to throw the ball in bounds. We'll need the 4 here, 5. But at the end of the day, it's all those guys got to be able to do the same things. Yeah. So like for our forwards, they get a rebound. It ain't hit the outlet. It ain't hit the lead guard. It ain't bring that thing up. Let's create offense. So we want to try to score as soon as we can. If we can score in the first 8 seconds of the shot clock, we want to try to do that. And then if we don't do that, then we go into concepts. We try to keep it as simple for our guys as possible, just to allow them to play. Because we all know that some guys can pick up on plays and run plays to the T, and you got some guys you can go over and over and over again, and they ain't got no idea, right? So we try to keep it very simple for our guys and run a lot of concepts at people. Yeah.
So I gotta bring them up. You got our guy down there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jacobs.
Yep.
Talk about how he's been so far within the I wouldn't call it mini camp or what you guys were doing, but how's he been adapting?
He's done a great job of adapting. We talked a little bit about this earlier off camera, but we can talk about it live now. First and foremost, he's an outstanding person, right?
Yeah. Like
Gabe has something in him that his family has instilled in him, that he cares about people, right? Like let me say that he cares about people without a hidden agenda. Right? Like he'll say some things to me and the coach Kennan, like you're like, man, I don't know if I've ever had a kid say that before. So he's a great kid.
Yeah.
Basketball wise, when he came in, because we brought in the new guys, they had to be in for orientation. They actually had almost 2 weeks before the returners, and everybody had to be back. So we had about 4 or 5 practices, workouts with him. He was phenomenal. He was much better than we thought. We were like, man, I didn't know he could do that. I didn't know he could do that. Because we knew Gabe could shoot the basketball. We knew Gabe could score. But like he's been doing other intangible things that have really, really been very, very impressive. Because we thought, do we just play him off the ball? Do we play him on the ball? But like it don't matter. The way we play, he's gonna have the ball in his hands. He's gonna not have the ball in his hands. The one thing that Gabe can do is Gabe can make plays.
Yeah.
Now, he'll tell you, and again, I'm transparent, he did not shoot the ball well this summer. Like I was stunned because we stat all that. Like we stat practice like most college teams do.
Right.
And I think for him, I think he was pressing because he's a shooter, right? But Gabe, you're a scorer, right? Like I scored almost 1,800 points in college. I was not a shooter. I tell the guys all the time I could SKO, and they're like, SKO? I'm like, yeah, bro, I could scope.
Yeah.
I wasn't a shooter. I can't shoot. But like, give me the ball in my spots, like I can scope. Right? Double team, triple team, it didn't matter, right? So for Gabe, we got to now try to get him out of that. I got to shoot the ball better. And I think going home, because we had some conversations with him before we went home, I think that's the good part of coming in. Like you say, come in and you got a little mini camp. And then they're able to go home. They were able to go home. 31st was our last day with them. So they were able to go home. They don't have to be back until this coming Saturday. We got a team meeting on Sunday. So now you can wash all that out.
Yeah.
And like anybody else, I'm sure he'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
Hey, that joker texted me earlier. He'll be back in the morning.
See, there you go. There you go. Hey, that newfound freedom, right? Right.
Yeah.
So new jokers, like the one benefit that we have here at North Florida, it's on camp. It's a campus housing, but it's not really on campus because our campus extends beyond the perimeter or whatever, and it's not far. But the one thing with our guys is their apartment is all year long. So they have their apartment, right? There's 3 guys in an apartment. They each have their own bedroom, which has its own bathroom, has the kitchen that they share, a living room, and they can come and go at any time they want. Like he ain't got to call and say, Coach, I'm coming back. Can you get me in the dorm? Can you get me in the apartment? Bro, that's your key. You come and go as you please.
Yeah.
One of our guys who's from West Virginia, that joker, I'm thinking, okay, he going to leave and go home. You know, we're going to have to call him, make sure he coming back. That joker went home for like the weekend. I'm like, what? He's like, Coach, I just went home to see my mama. Everything good. I'm like, okay.
Coach, talk about that transition, right? For the young guys coming in, freshmen coming in, and just I've been used to it at high school.
Yep.
Quote unquote, I'm the man a little bit, right? And understanding what that transition to that next level is, because everybody hears it, right? Yep. Everybody talks about, and I think sometimes kids think that adults are over talking it, right? It's still basketball, right? Yeah. But understand talk about everything that goes into that transition.
Yep. So again, like I have a son, I have 2. My wife and I, we have 2 boys, and you try to tell them things to prepare them because we've gone through it, right? But you don't know what he's talking about, right? You don't know, right? I know what's going on. It's like starting from ground zero again.
Yeah.
Like whatever you did in high school doesn't matter.
Right.
And everybody is jockeying for position.
Yeah.
And so what you try to make sure that they know is that, hey, listen, what you did in the past don't matter. You got a new slate. And that's the one thing we talked about when we had this transition when Coach Driscoll left in May to go out to Kansas State to be the associate head coach. Like Coach Kennan now is the head coach. He's been presented with an opportunity, right? It's like you guys, you're presented now with an opportunity. I remember when I took that Division II job at Lander, those jokers won 14 games in 2 years' time, right? That first year we won 17. I had a guy tell me, Coach, you winning too much too soon. I'm like, bro, what you talking about? You're supposed to win games. But I told those guys when I came and took that job, listen, I don't care what you did in the past.
Right.
Not a concern. Like all I care about is right now, and you're my guys, right? I don't want any of you to leave, right? You're my guys. However, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
And some of you may want to leave, right? So when those guys come in, when those guys, Gabe and those guys come in, like it's natural. You're going to size other guys up. Like I gotta be better than this guy. Or I gotta be better than this guy. Or I gotta make sure I do this, and I gotta make sure I do that to get coaches' attention. And all we want to see as coaches is you compete.
Yep.
Right. And here's the other thing I tell guys too. I even told this to guys that come, even my son. Just hey, listen. When you come, make sure you're in shape. That's the one thing you gotta be, right? Because the old adage, fatigue makes cowards of us all, right? I tell guys now, listen, I can't go out there and get you 20, but I could probably go out there and be comfortable enough to know because I've got enough knowledge and skill of the game. I don't have the wind. I don't have the skill set as sharp, but I can go out there and hold my own for you guys. I might be able to only go about 30 seconds, but I'm going to give you that 30 seconds hard, right? So you want those guys to make sure that when they go in, that they're in shape because when you get tired, you get lazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start cutting corners,
Yep.
right? And then once your conditioning is gone, then your basketball, no matter how skilled you are, it's going to take a little hit, right? Like those guys ain't Jordan. You can't play the flu game, right? So I gotta make sure when those guys come in, like Stephen, when I told our guys when they left, I'm like, guys, okay, now the bar has been set. Some of you have set the bar high, some of you right there in the middle, some of you down here. But when you come back and we start up again, you can't be at those same places or below.
Right.
Right. So you want to make sure that when those guys come in, listen, man, it's competition. Nobody cares about what you did. Like everybody's just trying to compete. Everybody's trying to take what you want. Just everything. Everybody wants the same thing. Everybody want to play. Everybody want to be the guy. So just get out there and compete and just let it all happen.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a good info, right? And that's I think a consistent or a constant that we hear, being in shape.
Yep.
Being in shape, because that's something that you could control.
Yep, no question. And guys always think, "Oh, I'm in shape. I'm in shape." Well, like I know, a guy can go run a mile and make a 5-6 minute mile or whatever, 7-minute mile, but then he go up and down the court in that competitive nature, and the juices get the flow, and he on his shorts already. I'm like, bro, what you doing?
Yeah,
right.
Basketball shape.
It's different. It's different. Like it's a different pace.
Yeah,
right? College is a different pace. Just like when they make the transition from middle school to high school, it's a different pace. Right. Yep. And the one thing I think NBA guys have learned to do, even though that's a different pace, is they understand it. Right. They pick and choose their spots and all that kind of stuff. But they can do that because there's other pros on the floor. Right. Yeah. You may not be that guy. But in college, like everybody wants to be that guy. So you got what's going to set you apart from being that guy. And I think a lot of that is conditioning.
Yeah. Yeah. Coach, let me ask, how many I think I may have seen 3, but how many high school guys did you guys take this year?
So great question. We ended up signing 4 high school guys early. Okay. A very unique situation for us. I'm not saying every school is like this, but like when we went into the summer last year, we knew we were going to have 5 guys that would have exhausted their eligibility, right? Mm-hmm. Like they can't get another year from the NCAA. They're going to graduate. They got to move on, right? We knew that. And we were thinking, Coach Driscoll was thinking, hey, let's just maybe sign 1 high school guy. Mm-hmm. And we were all like, Coach, maybe. But if we find 4 high school guys that we like, we probably need to take them because in the spring, because of our development, the way guys are, what happened with Chaz, like we're probably going to lose some guys, right? Mm-hmm. So we signed 4 high school guys that we really liked in the fall. And then sure enough, in the spring, we lost 4 guys to the transfer portal.
Wow.
If we had not have done that in the fall, we've been looking to sign 8 guys or 7 to 8 guys. And like that would have been disastrous because then you just start bringing guys in on visits and stuff like that. It makes it really, really difficult to do that. We've got 4 guys, I think, this year that will have exhausted their eligibility. Right? They can't go anywhere. They can't transfer and move on. So we'll try to replace those 4 guys, and we'll probably have the same thought process. Maybe try to sign, 3 or 4 guys in the fall if we find the right one. Now we ain't gonna take guys just to fill our roster.
Right.
And everything's changing. I mean, parents have to understand this. All right, this is probably a good time to bring this up. I don't know what I've seen some of your podcasts. And I know you have different coaches and that type of thing.
Coach, real quick, not to interrupt, but as we call this on the show, that was a great transition.
Okay. Not to pivot, but just transition. I like that. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. So as we try to navigate this, right? We'll probably try to sign 3 or 4 guys because we know that we're going to lose 4 guys, right? And I don't know if parents understand this, but this house settlement deal that just dropped, right? Universities will have the opportunity to opt in or opt out.
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean? Okay. If you opt in, you have the possibility of revenue sharing with your team. That number is supposed to be like 20 million. So when parents hear that, they think automatically that school is going to get $20 million to disperse amongst their athletic teams.
Right.
Not the case. Right? Not the case. If you opt in, what that allows you to do is now go from having 13 scholarships to 15 scholarships. Now, back when I played, way back when I had hair and all that stuff, you could have 15 on a team on scholarship. And I don't know if you guys saw when they changed it to make it 13, that's when college basketball started to get its parity, when those mid-major schools were starting to beat those upper echelon teams. And the reason why that happened was because they now, instead of the Power Fives having those 14th and 15th guys on scholarships that they could redshirt and all that, now all of a sudden those two guys at the end of the bench are going to these other leagues, these other levels, and they're becoming stars, right? And they're staying. And so by the time they become juniors and seniors, they're beating those other guys, right? Yeah. So a concern for me is that when they push it to 15 scholarships, right, a guy that might be a guy we would love to have, he may go to that Power 4 as that 14th and 15th guy so he can be at that level. So now all of a sudden we may not be as talented as we once were. Because certainly over the 17 years that Coach has been here, Coach Kennan and Coach Driscoll has been here, we've had guys that could have played at that Power 4, Power 5 level, but because those guys didn't have that 14 to 15 scholarship, they had nowhere to go. Right. So with this new opt-in deal coming up, now you can now have 15 guys on scholarship. And so what some schools may do to try to increase revenue, right, to be able to have a salary cap for your team, is they may not sign that 14th and 15th guy and try to use that money as part of their NIL. So college basketball is really, really changing now. You guys, parents, y'all, like, I don't know how many parents are listening, but like college basketball is changing, and you got to make sure you understand that, because and we're trying to navigate it too. Like there's no right or wrong answer, right? Like some high school kids think that, oh, we opted in, I'm going to get 60,000. Not necessarily, because some people are now starting to think, you know what, I'm going to get you here, let you see what you can do. And if you do what I think you're capable of doing, we're going to give you money on the back end, right? So college basketball is really changing. I don't have a guidebook. I don't have the answers. I can't pretend I know, because it's ever changing, and it will change from institution to institution.
Yeah. Cool. So like we were talking before, right? And I was kind of sharing with you when I was in a Q&A with some coaches at an elite camp. What are some of the, I guess, the biggest misconceptions that you've, I guess, that has been brought to you by parents in this process, them thinking, one way or the other, kind of like cleared up some things there. What are some things that kind of really stick out to you that you want to kind of get the word out on to some parents?
Right. So first of all, there is no exact art to recruiting.
Mhm.
Your son or daughter may be extremely gifted and talented, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Mm.
And people will ask me, Coach, like, how do you know if this kid is good enough? And what I try to tell them is this is how I do it when I'm evaluating.
Mhm.
The three of us, we're going out to the local park, right? And you know how it used to be back in the day, you had to be on the side because the game was already going on.
Yeah.
You got next, I got rides, right? And as that game is going on, you're watching. And you know what you can do specifically. I know what I can do.
Team, yeah.
So now I got to find 4 other guys that cater not to my game, but that can help me. So I'm out there looking and picking and all that because I know what my team needs or what we need to be successful.
Mhm.
So I know a lot of times parents get upset because they don't understand. They could be on the same AAU team, right? Their kids could be on the same AAU team. Well, why is he getting this and you did this? And it's just really in the eye of the beholder, and every place is different. The other thing, and you mentioned this, and I think parents need to hear this again because we used to do elite camps and we would have these breakout sessions. Like before his name escapes me right now, but before he blew up at ESPN, he would actually come and do our media session. He does the NBA now. What's the guy's name? Black guy. Golly, it'll come to me. So anyway, these breakout sessions. First of all, every school don't offer scholarships, right?
Right.
There are some Division I schools, even though you can have up to 13 scholarships, may not have 13 scholarships, right? When I was the head coach of Division II, you could have up to 10 scholarships. I think at that time, I think I had 8.5, right? Division III don't even offer scholarships.
Right.
So they don't even offer scholarships. So not every school that's in the NCAA, whether it's Division I, Division II, or Division III, offers scholarships. So that's the first thing parents have to understand, right? And then again, just make sure you understand that it's in the eye of the beholder. Like what might be good for this team may not be good for that team. And so I think if parents can understand that, and I've had to figure this out too, because unfortunately, our boys, I have an older son who will be a senior in college this year, and I got a son that'll be a freshman this year. And the youngest didn't play. He played basketball, but he wasn't a hooper, right? But there's all kinds of scholarship material out there that's not athletically related.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to give my wife credit because she found some scholarships for our son. I'm like, you found that? You got that? Like, but you got to do some work, right? Don't tie everything into the athletic side just because you think, he ain't going to get an athletic scholarship. He not going to go to school. That's not true. Like, there's scholarships out there. You got to hunt for them. And then the other thing, too, I would tell parents this is like when I was Division II, you kind of put things together. You try to stretch that 8.5. So if a kid was good academically and he got some grant money, what is it, the Hope money in Georgia?
Yep.
Right? You could put that together along with some athletic money and still, either pay minimum or nothing at all out of pocket. And then as a coach, I try to reward the guys. Like, you got some of your Pell, you qualify for Pell, I'll use some of that for your scholarship. And then I try to put some of it in your pocket. There's all kinds of ways to get to where you want to get to. And I just don't want parents to think, man, athletically, he's got to get a basketball scholarship or whatever athletic scholarship. That's not the case. Like, there's other avenues that you can approach if you just do some digging out there.
Yeah. No, good stuff. I know Coach Tat talks about that all the time, right? Everybody's process is different.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to look different for everybody. Some come early, some come late.
Yep, exactly.
But if you stick with the grind and stay true to it, it kind of does what it does.
Yep. And there's again, we talked about this earlier. Like, college athletics is changing so much, right? And as parents, we put a premium. My son's got to be Division I. Got to be Division I. But like, I'm gonna tell you, like, I was at Lander, like, we beat 2 Division I teams. Like, we were good, right? And now with college athletics, the one advice I try to give the parents is, you know what, in this day of age of the transfer portal and the NIL and all that kind of stuff, like, your job as a parent is to get your son or daughter into school, right? and give them the opportunity to continue to play,
Yes.
no matter what level it is.
Mhm.
Because if they can play and they're good academically, they don't go in there and mess that up thinking, well, I'm playing now, I ain't got to worry about school, blah, blah, blah. They'll have an opportunity to leave because people are going to be in the spring, going to be in that transfer portal.
Yep.
You got guys going from Division III to Division I. You got guys going from Division II to Division I, NAI guys, JUCO guys. Like everybody's got the possibility to level up, but you won't have that possibility to level up if you ain't playing somewhere.
If you're only chasing one thing.
Yep.
So talking to that, right? So the portal is a huge thing now, and,
Mhm.
and guys are jumping in for various reasons and all of that. How do you guys kind of use the portal to your advantage, so to speak, right? So because it's again, and not putting don't know your path, right? But
Mhm.
you hear it's okay. If I'm a coach, I'm going to the portal first, then I may go JUCO, then I may go wherever. Then high school is kind of always the last one with a lot of schools that you hear, right?
Yep.
So if you guys kind of what's your path,
Yep.
and then how do you utilize the portal per se to your advantage?
Yep. So first of all, when I first got into coaching, right? When I first got into coaching, it was like high school guys, if they didn't like the level that they were getting recruited at
Mhm.
in the fall, coach, I'm gonna wait to the spring. They would have a great chance to level up. Well, those days are gone because if you say I'm gonna wait till the spring, chances are it's gonna be really, really tough to level up because of the transfer portal. Again, like anything else for us, it's about fit, right? The one thing for us is like you got to have a 3.0 and 1,000, right? We've graduated every player, every manager, any coach that's gotten a master's degree, every person that has come through our program, including managers, right, has graduated. And you would think, hey, man, you know what? They graduating everybody. Maybe we can lower that score a little bit. But no, it just stays the same. And we understand that. We respect that. We know the parameters. If you know the parameters to work with, you can work with those things, right? And I tell high school kids this too. Be aware of this because this is, again, another change. It used to be the sliding scale. If your GPA was this, then your SAT or ACT could be this. Or and it was, vice versa, right?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, NCAA, when COVID hit, well, you don't have to test. Don't worry about the test score no more, right? And kids stop taking the test. And then I would tell kids like, well, what's your SAT score? Well, coach, I didn't have to take it. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't have to take it? Well, NCAA said to be eligible, you don't have to take it. I go, that is correct. However, a lot of universities are still requiring from their admissions that you have a test. So like if you interested in coming here, you don't have to take that test, right? So for us, again, it's about parameters and what fits for us. So again, we will go with high school guys early, but then as you navigate through the season, you'll see how guys are playing. You'll see maybe if guy's not quite ready yet, do we need to redshirt this guy? And then in the spring, after the season, you obviously have, if we develop like we normally develop and somebody shines, we're going to have to replace that guy, right? And so then we'll start looking at the portal. But for us, it becomes about numbers, what we call put it in the books, right? A guy who has played, who's had some success, maybe not played as much as he has, but we'll look at his numbers, particularly the way he shoots the basketball, the way he rebounds the basketball, and then what contacts do we have with him? Because I'm sure, again, I mean, we've lost kids, in the transfer portal. We've lost kids, I say over pennies, right? We were able to offer X amount of dollars, but another school just came and offered more, right? The old survival of the fittest, right? There's always a bigger fish, right? So I think for us and for parents, what they have to look at is that portal is just a different animal. Will it taper off some now that this NIL stuff is coming up and this opt-in and opt-out? I don't know. People ask us like, man, you guys, you lost Chaz, you lost 4 guys. Like, you guys are like a JUCO farm system. Yeah. But we also know, too, it's still our job to develop those guys, to present them with an opportunity to move on. And we can't be mad. We can't be upset with them. I mean, if a guy gonna pay you $400,000, you better take that $400,000. That's just where it is. And like we can't fight that, right? We can't do it. So to get to your question, like how does that change in the spring? It just changes because guys, we start to look at guys that either we recruited before that have gone to other places because we have that relationship with them. It's like I mentioned earlier, like on my career, I'm on the back nine. It's kind of like that with recruiting. You recruit a guy, you don't get him, he goes somewhere, he's maybe not happy where he is. Hey, don't worry, we'll get you on the back nine.
Right.
To come home, that type of thing, because you already have that relationship with him.
Yeah. And that's it, right? So I'm gonna ask this question: Is it such a thing as tampering? Is that a thing or no?
It happens, of course. Listen. It's not supposed to happen, but let me give you a great story. All right, and it affected our team. Right, last year we opened up the season at South Carolina.
I remember. Oh yeah.
And won that game. It was great for me because I was, Coach knows this, but my wife and our two boys live in Columbia, South Carolina. So like I've been commuting.
What's that? The 804?
803.
803. And
804 might be Virginia, I think. Yeah.
My wife's from Columbia, so I'm gonna catch it when she hear this.
Oh yeah. So my wife and two boys, our two boys live in Columbia, South Carolina, right? So it was a great win for me to be able to go home. I played at Furman. We used to get drugged by those guys in South Carolina. It's just a great feeling. Anyway, we win that game. That's on a Monday. We come home. We beat a team that's our level, beat them pretty good at home, another Division I team. Then we go and play Georgia Tech. Win.
Yep.
That was on Sunday afternoon. Then we drive over and we play Georgia on Tuesday. We ended up losing those guys. They pushed it to like 20, 25. We ended up cutting it to like 9 or 10.
Yep.
Right? Lost that game. We were off the next day. The next day for practice, we've got to have a meeting because agents are starting to call our guys. Like, hey, man, we saw what you was doing, what you guys are doing. That's great, man. You thinking about leaving? Man, I think I can get you this. And like it really became a problem for us. We tried to address it. I remember Coach addressing it on the bus. Like, guys, just put all that aside, right? Because it started to seep in the way we played. I remember one kid
trying to get their numbers.
Yeah, I remember one kid that came off the court during the timeout. Like, we're up 15, and he like, man, he's selfish. He won't pass me the ball. And I'm thinking to myself, bro, we up 15.
Right.
What are we doing? So to answer your question, is tampering going on? It probably is. And a lot of it is through agents. A lot of it, believe it or not, coaches, AAU guys. Hey, my guy's not happy. He might be leaving. And sometimes we like to hear that kind of stuff, but we say, hey, man, I can't talk to you to the end of the season, but keep me in mind, right? Because I ain't trying to get involved. But you have some guys say, oh, really? Okay, give me his number. Let's get him on a three-way, right? That kind of stuff. So is tampering going on? Probably so. Do I have specific examples? I can't give you any, but I know it goes on. And how the NCAA is going to enforce that is beyond me.
Yeah. Just the game is so much a business now.
Well, the phrase that is picked up is transactional. That's the phrase. It used to be transformational, right? You took a kid and you helped develop him, become the man that he is or wants to be, the husband he wants to be, the player he wants to be. You had a relationship with him. But now it's like, Coach, how much money can I get? Right. What's the bag? And what's crazy about it is, man, guys get jealous. I mean, it's natural. You be in the locker room and guys, well, how much you get? Oh, you getting that much? Coach, why is he getting that much? He ain't even playing. That could be more money for me. I'm not saying it happens in our program, but I know that's happened because I've talked to some guys at that Power 5 level that have gone through that.
So is that up front now, huh?
Oh yeah. It's crazy. Again, basketball is not complex. It's only complex by the people involved with it, right? So it's crazy. Hopefully, man, it will straighten itself out. I don't know if it will, but the one thing I know we're going to do at North Florida, we still going to pour into our guys. We're going to give them every opportunity to be successful. We're going to continue to try to develop them. We're going to still continue to build relationships with them. And if they come in and do those things and have an opportunity to level up and power up and get some money, that's transformational, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's still transformational. Might not be transactional for us. We didn't get anything out of the deal, but for them, for Chaz Lanier, that was transformational. Like what he got paid at Tennessee, and now he's with the Pistons on a 2-year guaranteed contract with a player op. Like that's transformation.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Coach, what about grassroots? What's your thoughts? What would you like to see? I guess more of at the grassroots level.
man, I tell you what, and I know people are just giving opportunities to kids, and I understand this, but I think the one thing for college coaches, there's just so many teams out there. Good gosh. Like there are a lot of teams and a lot of players. And sometimes it's hard to decipher through all that, right? Because you never know which tournament to go to and all those type things. You mentioned this, guys like Sean do a good job with it. I remember when Sean first started, I was maybe at Georgia Tech. And, he would come by and come to the games and we'd converse and talk some stuff. I had nothing to do with his success. I just knew what type of person he was and how he was, focused on making this thing happen. And he's done a good job of putting guys on a pedestal to be able to showcase, their talents.
Yeah.
But for me personally, as a coach, man, there's so many teams, so many kids. And again, even like when I was playing, I was pretty good in college. Like I knew I wasn't a professional player. I mean, I wasn't an NBA guy. I just wasn't. But just because you don't get that scholarship or athletic scholarship, don't mean you don't have to go to school, right? There's still another avenue for you to be able to go off to college and experience that. Yeah. I mean, I think everybody, and it may not be, college is not for everybody. It really isn't. But to be able to at least say you had that opportunity to go and try so that you don't ever have to live with regret. Man, I wish I would have, Yeah. But I think, I commend the AAU guys, the grassroots guys, because especially those guys that ain't on the circuit, right? Like you guys pull money out of your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And parents take that for granted. Like,
yes, Lord.
Yeah, be truthful. When my son was playing AAU ball, I was thinking about all this money I was spending, my wife was spending to travel to watch him play when he wasn't really even playing. I'm like, man. And just to see the coach and, him trying just to give his guys a platform to perform. I mean, I commend you. I commend, especially you guys that are not on that shoe circuit, because those guys supposedly are getting money to help fund their programs and stuff like that.
Right.
I just think, who knows? When you guys get that one guy that makes that level, because I've seen guys make that level and give back to the AAU programs, that helps to be able to get that type of sponsorship. So I commend you guys. I mean, I tell people this all the time. Time is the one thing in life you can't get back.
Yep.
What happened yesterday is in the past. We're not promised the future. All you have is right now. And the last thing I want to do is waste my time or waste somebody else's time. And the time that you guys put into other people's kids,
right?
Yeah, that's amazing. Like that's amazing.
Yeah.
And you're almost like a college coach because you're around them all the time. You're trying to develop them. You're practicing them. You're playing games. You're traveling with them. You're on the bus. You're spending money for them. Like it's like being a college coach, man. I commend you guys for doing that.
Yeah. We'll appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that. Tab, run our stats down real quick. How long we been around? All that good stuff.
Been around for this is year 15.
Mm-hmm.
For us, man, and the first graduating class was 2018. I think we had 5 of those kids off that 2018 team that go play college basketball. Right now, 2 of them are playing professionally overseas. Still. And throughout all the years, I think we had 30 kids right now. that has went on and played collegiate basketball, and a bunch of them graduated from college and got their degrees and all that type of stuff, man. So we've been around and been at it for a long time now.
I'll tell you what, man. The one thing I'll say, Coach, about you guys and your teams over the last few years is, man, they play tough. Like, they just tough kids, right? And they play hard. It's crazy. We talked about Gabe earlier. And again, I mentioned this about just so many teams. Our head coach, Bobby Kennan, who was the associate head coach, when he first saw you guys last year at one of Sean's events, he saw one of your players who Gabe was going to be an upcoming senior, but he saw another player on that team, which I can't mention the name, who was a younger kid. And so he said, hey, you going to Sean's event, make sure you check out this team. And I saw Coach, and Coach was like, Coach, you going to be able to check us out? I got you on the radar, right? I'm going to watch you guys play. And I just saw him play, and I saw Gabe play and the other guy playing with him. I'm like, man, these just tough kids. They don't have, some of them don't have size. They playing against 6'8", 6'9", and they just out there battling, right? And as a coach, man, that you can get a sense of pride in that, because you want your guys to play like you play or play what your character is. Right. So again, I want to commend you guys for that, because not only are you putting your time like into those guys, your money into those guys, but like, man, you putting your heart and soul in them, and you let them know, like, hey, we may not be on the shoe circuit, we may not have this or that, but just like the other team, they got to lace them up, baby. You don't see, right? That's the court is the great equalizer, right? You come in with the shining shoes and jewelry and headphones and all that kind of stuff, but when you take all that stuff off and you get on that court between the lines, it's just me and you.
Yes, sir.
Right? And so to be able to watch you guys do that with those kids, man, is a testament to what you guys are doing with them.
Hey, I think we take pride in when the other team is there in their layup line and right and humping around and all of that. Mm-hmm. And I think we all say the same line. Hey, that don't mean shit.
I tell you this, Coach.
All that still got a couple players.
Yeah, no question.
And this was one of the games during the live period, and this was before the game. And I was just kind of standing there, and the team that we were playing was sitting behind me. Mm-hmm. And some of our kids walked by, and they said, "Man, we playing these little boys right here." and they went on, and I'm just listening and listening. Yeah. Man, we finna kill these boys, man. These boys too little.
Right.
I'm just saying to myself, okay. And before we went out there, and I told them, I said, listen. I said, now they already talking trash about what they gonna do to you, and they doing and they dunking in the layup line, all that type of stuff. By the time we got finished, I think we won by about 15.
Yeah.
And I told the guy, I said, all right, that's what you get for running your mouth.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, take that L.
Well, I mean, I probably didn't say it like that, but
something similar to that.
Yeah, something similar to that.
Yeah.
but yeah, man, those I tell you, we've been fortunate enough for all our kids to buy into that mentality, that tough-minded mentality. You ain't gonna be big.
Yep.
You just gonna have to go out there with the grit, and you're gonna have to be tough, and you're gonna have to do small things. Stepping there, taking those charges. You're gonna have to box out. You want to do all that little stuff. Rotate when you're supposed to. You got to do all of that type of stuff, and you got to make shots. And that's one of the things. That's a lot of that. What we talk about. Those are things that you're gonna have to do to be successful, especially playing that on the radar, because you're gonna play some tough talent there and some size.
No question about that.
Coach, I'm sure you've seen how TAC can motivate the guys.
Oh, no question. No question about that.
You got a unique way of
yeah. Don't let that stature fool you. I seen him get up into some guys now. I seen him.
And even speaking of that, right? As a college coach, potentially looking at guys, are you watching body language and how they're responding and all of these things?
No question. Early in my career, when I would go and watch high school games, obviously I would stat it myself because, sometimes the home stat teams sometimes don't stat like we stat.
Right.
But every quarter I would get up and go to a different part of the arena.
Okay.
Because I was always looking. Like I always tried to make sure I sat across from the bench to see when the timeout is called. Like, is he engaged with the coach or is he up looking around?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out where's mama at. I try to figure out where his people were. You can usually tell because they're usually making the most noise. You try to see how he responds to a bad call or a good call.
Yeah.
Like, is he pouting when he comes out of the game? Is he talking to the coach? Is he engaged? Is he trying to be a great teammate? So we look at all those things. We had a kid, for us, it's crazy. He was talented. And he was in during the AAU circuit. One of the players on the team, because he was already coming to us, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We came down specifically to watch him play this AAU game, and one of the kids didn't have his jersey. And he took his jersey off and gave it to the kid, and he couldn't play. And so we asked him, like, man, why'd you do that? He goes, Coach, like, I know where I'm going to school. I know you guys want me. This guy's trying to get an opportunity. He might as well play.
Yeah.
That stuff go a long way. So, as a coach, you try to look and evaluate all that. We still do our due diligence. Like we call the guidance counselor. We come to the school. We talk to the head coach, the assistant coach, girlfriend, if there's a girlfriend, mom, dad, all that type of stuff. Because, we got a saying in North Florida. When you get squeezed, that's who you are.
Yep.
Right? Like if you squeeze an orange, like it's going to be orange juice, right?
Yeah.
Lemon juice. Squeeze a lemon, it ain't going to be lemonade because that ain't the process, right? You get lemonade from that lemon juice because you put the sugar in there and all that stuff. Right. That lemon, it's going to be lemon juice. So we try to make sure, when guys get squeezed, like who are they really?
Mm-hmm.
So, Hey, Mark Jones was the NBA guy I was talking about when our elite camp. We used to have those breakout sessions.
Oh, yeah.
And talk about the media aspect of it.
Yeah.
Did that for years. In fact, so yes. So yep. So what's crazy about it is one of our players, Bo Beach, he was like our first NBA guy.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Beach, when he was playing in the summer league with the Brooklyn Nets, Mark Jones did a thing on it, like a special on it about him coming to North Florida and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, Mark Jones, provided the parents with some information on how to deal with the media.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty catchy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He was like that even with our camps, right? He was like, man, you trying to be Stuart Scott, man? Go ahead on with that.
Oh yeah, he'll throw out some lyrics here and there.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, definitely.
No question.
Charles G, you got anything for Coach?
No, man. I just appreciate Coach, man, coming on the show and the passion you have for what you do. It spews through your conversation and just listening to you. It's like, man, I'm ready to kind of lace up a little bit. Like, I can give you 30 seconds though.
Yeah, no question. Give me that 30, baby.
If I go down, if I run down the other way, I ain't making it back because don't call that time out.
Hey, I'll stay on the defensive side. But Coach, I can't lie. You said getting them up within 8 seconds. That's my kind of game now.
Yeah, no question. Yeah,
I don't know where it's gonna hit, but it's up.
Hey, well, it's crazy, man. We were going through a timeout when we was at Georgia Tech. And we were just shooting that thing, man. We were shooting that thing. Coach got mad with our guys because we weren't stopping them. He's like, okay, just outscore them. We better score 100 tonight. We better score 100. Let's keep shooting. Let's keep score 100. Don't worry about it. But sure enough, we scored 100. Oh, gosh. Crazy.
Good stuff, Coach. Hey, Coach, we ain't gonna keep you, man. We appreciate you coming on, dropping some knowledge. People in the chat even said Coach dropped some gems right now.
No question.
So
well, listen, man, I appreciate it, and I will tell you guys this as I always like to finish with people. Like, man, I always want to be available to help when I can, where I can. Again, I don't have all the answers, but if I don't have the knowledge of it, I'm gonna try to find somebody who can.
Yes,
If I can ever do anything for any of you guys at any point in time, man, don't hesitate to reach out. You're always welcome to come down and watch us at North Florida. Obviously, Gabe being there is one of you guys, one of your guys, and you know he's family with us, and his family is our family. So you guys are always more than welcome to come down. And like I said, anything we can do to help out, man.
Hey, the only thing we're gonna need is some tickets and a food voucher.
Oh yeah. Hey, when you see that hospitality suite, you be like, man, coach, y'all got it nice up in here.
Hey, that's all we need. Point us in the direction.
Hey, so, funny story about this hospitality, right? So we had this promotion where we had, you know, people bid, auction or whatever to be coach of the game, right? The assistant coach of the game, you know. So this guy, well-known booster, I'm not gonna call his name, but he was on, you know, he came to practice the night before. He came to walk through. He didn't come to the pregame meal, but he was there at the game and sitting on the bench and all that kind of stuff. And like it was a good game, right? And like we rolling, we shooting threes, it's hyped up in there. And so at halftime, we went into the locker room, and he was nowhere to be found.
Uh-oh.
So we come back out to start the second half, and I'm like, man, what, you missed the locker room halftime talk? Like, he goes, Coach, man, I had to go to the hospitality. I had to get me a beer. I'm like, what? I'm like, I hope you drink that before you try to sit back on this bench. Oh, gosh.
My nerves.
Exactly. I'm thinking to myself, yeah, you think it's easy over here, bro. You over there on the other side. You think it's easy, right? Yeah, you got to go get a beer. You can do that. We can't.
Yeah, right.
All good. But like I said, Coach, we appreciate you coming on and giving us some time, man. And whenever you need this platform for anything, just hit us up and you got it.
Man, I appreciate you guys, man. Y'all have a great evening, man, and enjoy your family, enjoy life. Life is precious.
Sure. Yes, hey, good luck on the season, Coach.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Appreciate
it, Coach.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Hey, like you said, Charles, full of energy.
Yeah, man, full of energy, man. You just, you know,
if you're playing, you want to have somebody like that.
Yeah, man.
Now I'm sure he can get on you with the best of them as well.
Oh man, he like he said, I know he very transparent. You gonna tell you what it is and what it ain't.
Yeah, so, but in your corner, man, and that's something that I'm even noticing. Again, as we kind of interact with coaches and all these type of things, they're very personable.
Oh yeah.
A lot of coaches, well, the ones that I've been fortunate to kind of interact with and all of that, they're not stuck on themselves.
No.
They understand that it is bigger than them. And he's a perfect example of that.
Yeah, and I think in that business, man, you have to be a people person, right? Because you're in the people business. You're gonna come across so many coaches, players, and interact with them, man. And it's probably, for me, it would be harder for me not to be a genuine person or transparent because it's just too much work, right? Yeah. This is what it is. Right?
Yeah.
You like it or you love it or you don't. So
yeah, my personality is what it is.
It is what it is, brother.
Well, the honesty, that's my thing, man. With no cutting no corners or beating around the bush.
Right.
Telling you exactly like it is.
Yeah. This is what we're looking for. This is how we play. This is how we get down. This is what the expectation is. Yeah. And within those boundaries, right? Let's build this relationship.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, good stuff. Good stuff.
That was good. That was great stuff, man.
Yeah. So, I know we only got about 15 minutes left before Charles get us up out of here. So, Tat, what you?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but.
Man, I ain't got nothing, man. Just this unsigned hype coming up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So unsigned hype coming up, boys and girls. Boys and girls, man. So be on the lookout for that. If you don't know where to go to sign up, we will post. Matter of fact, let's do that now. Let's go ahead and
ways of getting this
He got the Hardwood Invitational stuff.
Hardwood Invitational.
Yeah, man.
Got that jumping as well.
So the girls unsigned hype September 13th from 9 to 12. The boys September 20th from 9 to 12. Again, follow our pages, Hype South page on all platforms. Our individual pages, Off the Dribble, Warner Robins All Stars are sharing that stuff.
Yep. So check the girls there. Bam. They go to link to the girls. If you in the comments, check that out. We'll post the boys in here too. Let's see.
Man, it's good having people like Coach Evans on, man.
Yeah.
Just genuine people, genuine conversation. And I think it's shot so many times. Man, shit about 5 times. Man, having general conversation, man, and him dropping those, like you say, those gems, letting you know, man, run your own race.
100%.
Kind of what we talk about all the time.
100%. So it's good, and hopefully, right, people are getting things out of it, right? Hopefully, you get little nuggets and little tidbits out of it that you can kind of apply to your situation. Parents, I will say this: you have to be engaged with what's going on, right? You can't just sit back and allow somebody else to kind of push the whole process for you. You got to be a little proactive in this thing. You got to do a little bit of research. You got to know certain things, and hopefully whatever travel organization you plan for, they're pushing out information or whatever. Kind of like Coach Tat does a great job of doing for our folks, right? Getting that messaging out. But you have to do the research. You got to do your due diligence in this process. Part of that is getting out to these camps, whether it's exposure camps, elite camps, whatever the case may be, so you can get an opportunity to get your child in front of a college coach, get some eyes on them, so they can at least get the experience of playing at these camps and seeing these different things. So I'm telling you, it's extremely important that you get out there and kind of get your feet wet, so to speak, in this process.
Well, and don't get and if you do have a team and you are playing in the live period, don't get discouraged. If it ain't but one coach there at your game, do not get discouraged. Because I remember the moment that Coach Evans was talking about. And he was the only coach at the game. Mm-hmm. He was the only coach at that game. The game that Coach Evans was talking about. And you never know how that coaching cycle works.
Right.
The North Florida's head coach now was the assistant coach then that seen us, that seen Gabe and had Coach Evans to come over there. And the old head coach offered Gabe. Now the assistant that saw Gabe is now the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, that's just as well. That's why you don't burn bridges. That's why you don't. If coaches offer you and you don't text them back, and that's why you don't do that, because you don't know where those coaches are going to be in the next 2 to 3 years.
Right. Yeah.
But that's just a little information.
Chasing the wrong thing, or chasing something bigger than what's right in front of you could.
And my thing is, and Coach talked about it, fit. Mm-hmm. Fit.
Yeah.
Fit. Go where you're best. Go where you're wanted and a best fit.
Right.
Because in this day and age, you can always go up if you're doing it like you're supposed to.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So no, 100%.
But get them out to those camps too, man. I'm telling you. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to. But I would encourage you to get those kids out there so they can get on the radar of the right eyes and the right people.
Yeah.
All good.
What we got? 9 minutes.
9 minutes.
What we got?
9 minutes.
9 minutes.
Yeah.
It's at 121. You know how Charles do.
Hey man, real quick, I was just gonna say, shout out to Brad over at EYA Sports.
Yeah, man, Brad doing his thing. Yes.
Brad going every day.
Brad going every day. Brad's got a good event going on, fall league event going on.
Yeah.
With some high caliber talent.
Yes.
Some top tier teams, top 100 kids, on those high school, and it's all high school. Like I say, got some top 100 kids. I mean, top programs.
That's gonna be
that's gonna be a pretty good deal.
That is. Would it be like poop?
What it is? I think Chess said something earlier. Then what up, Chess?
What up, Chess? He did.
Chess.
But the main thing before we go, run your own race.
Got to.
Run your own race. And if you don't know the information, ask somebody. But ask somebody that know.
Yeah. Or that can get the right information.
That can get the right answers.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just. I mean, you can try to wing it yourself, and
I'm with you when you're right.
You know.
But, oh yeah. No, all good, man.
Hey, before we get out of here, just know you heard it. What is it? Episode 5?
Yep.
Season 5, episode 5. Right now at the minute. I'm at the hour and 23-minute mark. My boys will win the Super Bowl.
Charles, hit the button, man.